That's hella zoomed in. Ugh. Okay, I'm stupid. I was about to vlog myself accessing some files and I realized the files are still on this memory card. Okay, hold up. Hey guys, it's Monday afternoon and I had my stream today and then I tweaked my oil painting because there were some areas where I forgot to add a drop shadow to some items, and I realized that while I was editing the video last night, so those fixes are not in the video, but they'll be in the actual print. So after doing those touch-ups, I took photos outside. I had to go out a couple times because my first batch of photos was no good. But now I'm about to look at the second batch and hopefully it's good. The one thing that's hard is the board I painted on is slightly bowed, and so I'm gonna have to chop some of the top and bottom of the middle of the painting off. You can get a bit of that fisheye look just with how you take your photo, but in my case it's the actual board. I tried flattening it before I even started the painting, but it didn't work so well. I want to look for one where my camera is very straight on to the art and one where it's perfectly in focus, because sometimes there can be a little bit of camera shake. I also found a good way to have no glare, because initially I had the painting propped up on my easel and that was producing some glare. I could not get rid of it. And then I laid the painting flat on the ground and that seemed to work the best. In the shade, of course, not in the sunlight. It would have lots of glare in that case. This one might be the best, number 68. I figured I should also add this art to my Redbubble store finally. I just kept thinking it was already in there and then I'm like, no Baylee, it's not. You need to add it still. So it's added now and there's different versions of it. Some are kind of cut out, like a sticker type of cutout. Other times it's tiled because that's just what works best, and then other times it's just the art as is. Sweet, sweet. Okay, now I'm gonna add the painting. Now the bakery one is added as well. It doesn't fit on as many items, so I have quite a few disabled, but that's just the way it is. Also, let this be your final warning that if you want any of the fan art in my Redbubble shop, grab it now because I'm going to be removing it very shortly, like within a week or two. I'm about to run out to pick up some cat food, but I figured I would open this up. This was just delivered maybe an hour ago. It's my printer that I got off eBay. Oh, Kiki. It's lots of bubble wrap. I bought my label printer secondhand on eBay because it was way cheaper. And these things are not cheap. This thing's huge. Like, I knew from videos that they're bigger than they look, but man. This still has a protective film on it. Nice. If I need this cord to connect it to my computer, I do have one of those cables, or a couple. And my label paper arrived on Sunday, so that's good timing. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get this today, tomorrow, or Wednesday because the shipping said it could come anytime between now and Wednesday. So I did buy label paper that I could just feed through my regular printer, but it turns out I don't need it. Now I'm just going to tidy up a bit. Christian has already cleaned up quite a bit, but we have people over on Saturday because we're doing Movie March, where every weekend we watch movies together and people pick their favorite movies and it's a good time. And there's just a few things hanging around. We had some St. Patty's Day stuff. We had the green food coloring. Haha. There's still just a few things sitting out. Not a whole lot though. My brushes sat for a couple days and I was like, oh my god, I haven't washed them. They're gonna dry up. And they've been sitting in Gamsol since yesterday. And I'm like, okay, probably time to actually clean these. Draco's like, sup. I can't tell how much that is dried on and how much is stained. I mean, it feels pretty normal. It's a good thing these are super cheap brushes. Well, the two turquoisey ones are a little fancier. They're from Opus. But the other ones are just Artist Loft, where it's like, oh, you can get several brushes for $7. My yummy Masters soap bar in my yummy cup. It may not look it, but these brushes are nice and clean and soft. Even this one is stained, and I just used this one today. I haven't used it previously, and it's pink now. Alrighty, it's now the next day. Hi, I was wondering if I could make an appointment to get my cat seen. I mean, any day, as soon as possible. She's been throwing up several times a day and can't keep food down, but she's behaving normal otherwise. Okay, that's probably too late. I'll call somewhere else. Alright, thanks. Kiki, they can't get you until the 28th. Hi, I'm calling to see if I should bring in my cat because she's been throwing up several times a day for the last few days. Kiki, K-I-K-I. The little kick has been a vomit machine these last few days. Midna, I've never seen her puke. If there's been any puke on the floor that was Midna's, I never saw her puke it up. Kiki is the pukey one. She does struggle to pass hairballs. Like, she might vomit a couple times throughout the day before she passes the hairball. Oh, what are these pants? You know... Whatever. I wasn't planning on going outside today. That's okay. Guess I could change my pants. It's fine. Anyway, but she's been throwing up like 5 times a day for the last 3 days or so. Well, even on Saturday, it's been more than 3 days because Saturday when people came over, she was throwing up. Today is really like the 4th day. And they told me to come in. So, Kiki, you're going to the vet. I'm not going to bring the camera or anything. I'll just update you when I get back. Oh, she doesn't like it. So we're back. Ooh, she's trotting away. She's got a big lump on her side because they gave her fluids. Oh, look at that. She shook. Oh my god. I'm stripey. So, the vet doesn't think anything is immediately serious or anything like that. And it's pretty much a keep an eye on her situation, especially since she's still eating and she's acting normal. She's not keeping all her food down, but like she's still eating. He was saying if with certain problems the cat would stop eating, they'd be all lethargic, blah blah. Anyway, he went through various potential scenarios, but long story short, it's like a wait and see thing. And they gave her fluids, they gave her antibiotics like as an injection, and they gave her an injection of some anti-nausea medication. And then to take home, we have some more antibiotics, and they gave her some special food. It's like a gastrointestinal food. Yeah, it just says gastrointestinal by Royal Canin. So that is what she's going to be eating, and she has her pills. It was just one of those things where I didn't really want to wait any longer to take her to the vet, even though she is behaving normal. She's still going to eat. Like, you know, she seems okay, but it was, I don't know. It's like her 4th day of throwing up so much. I was like, I need to at least see the vet and see what they say. Hey, baby. Yeah, you glad to be home? Yeah. You look really buff here. Poor baby. Those fluid shots are not pretty. Like, I used to volunteer at a vet clinic, and yeah, those fluid shots are gigantic. He did say she doesn't show any signs of dehydration either, but still gave the fluids anyway just because she's been throwing up. She's clearly losing fluids, but not enough to the point that she's dehydrated. Also, she did lose weight since their last checkup, which was a year ago. Like, they're due right now pretty much for their next checkup. Normally the vet calls us, but they haven't yet. But I guess I could just call and book it myself. I could just go to this new place. Do you want this to be your new vet clinic? It's closer. I chose the other place back when we lived at our old place, so it's not as close to here. And there's more options for parking at the new place. But yeah, she was, well, the other vet, they don't weigh the second half of their weight in ounces. It's like a decimal point. So she was 9.1 pounds a year ago, and now she's 7 pounds 11 ounces. And there's what, 16 ounces in a pound? I don't know ounces, but she's lost over a pound. I don't know how much of that is recent, but I thought you were smaller, Kiki. She's a little bonier. I can feel her spine more and her hips stick out more, so it was concerning to me, okay? Then there's Minush, little chunky Minush. Let me show you what I worked on during today's live stream. So I did some new enamel pin designs. The yellow outlines look a little silly. It's going to be gold metal, so it'll look better once it's an actual thing. But I did the mermaid bunny, the flower bunny. They'll also look better once the glitter's on there. And I did I'm a little bucket. So those are going to be my next order. And I'm also going to order more thick dino and more Kiki Midna. I'm gonna get some food now though because it's 4:30 and I haven't had lunch yet. I just wanted to make sure my little Tiki too was okay. Yeah. I just did the math on the weight. It is 16 ounces in a pound, and that was 0.7 of a pound basically. So if she was 9.1 last time, 7.7 this time, that means she lost 1.4 pounds. That's a lot for an itty bitty little kitty. Midna's like, I took that weight. It was me. At her last weigh-in a year ago, she was 13.7 pounds. Yeah, she's a big girl. Oh, you want to go back to the vet? So she threw up about 20 minutes after we got home, maybe 15 minutes. And then just about 10 minutes ago, she was licking their plate where we keep their wet food, because they have dry food all the time, but she was licking at her wet food plate. And so I gave Midna a little bit down here, and then I gave Kiki hers up here, just to keep Midna separate. Like, Midna could jump up, but I don't know, it's just keeping her away. She got enough to keep her satisfied, and she can't see how much Kiki has, so that's good. Oh dear. Oh yes. Alright, now that the babes are done their food, I was able to finish my food, and now I'm gonna go package some orders. Your little fluid lump is going down. I mean, a lot of it is sagging in her armpit, but man, just petting her back, huge difference already. Like, I can still feel her spine, but it's not as bony as it felt before. Are you super hydrated, Kiki? Oh, yes. Almost. Are you missing out on all the love? I can't reach you, boo-boo. Oh, first I thought it was black paper. I was like, this isn't right. It's just covered. These are the rolls for my printer. So these produce 4x6-inch labels. The big boys, the big shipping labels. And then I have the flat paper, which I think I mentioned. These are the 8.5 by 5.5 inch labels, so there's 2 per sheet. Now let's see if this printer works. I had to grab this cable from my Canon Pixma Pro because it didn't come with the printer to USB cable. They have this little square end, a lot of printers. And then it goes to USB. And a power cord. Pull a tab out, put the roll in. All right. Okay, after some confusion, it is time to print the test label. Hello, I'm hitting print test label and like nothing happens. Oh, hello. Hi. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, ah. Well, this first page, the printer configuration one, looked like it printed correctly. And then it got crooked. That's a waste of labels. Oh my god. Ah, yeah, what? Okay, I had one label print properly. And now the next label is not. Derp. Okay, I recalibrated the paper feed thing. Perfect, perfect. I gotta make sure that it prints 2 though, because last time it printed 1 correctly. Ah, yes, yes. Okay, good. I really need to swap out the light bulbs in here. Except that's not happening until more of the floor is cleared off. The lights are just so yellow. Anyway, I've been sitting here fiddling with things because it's my first time importing orders into Chit Chats directly from Shopify. When I just used Wix, I had to make this big spreadsheet and it was a pain in the butt. But this time I can just import the orders, but there's still information I have to add, like what's the dimensions of the packages, what's in the packages. And this is really convenient this time because I'm only selling enamel pins. This is why I'm hesitant to add stickers to my shop, because I'm like, that adds an extra item type and then I can't just bulk edit them as easily. Like I would have to look into each order to see what they actually purchased, and it'd have to get marked as enamel pins, stickers, or stickers and enamel pins. And I'm like, I don't know, that might be a bit too much. When there's like over 300 orders to scroll through, it's a lot. Plus I screwed up before because I went to import some of these orders and it said, oh, there's no weight. And I thought, well, that's weird because like on Shopify, I specified the weight of each item. And so it should add all the weights together and there it is. But there was an issue because with my grade A thick dino pins, the weight was input as 0.19 grams instead of 19 grams. And so it just got marked as the weight not being entered because it was too low. And so I had to like go through and manually edit a bunch of these to add on the thick dino, and I didn't even get them all. Like there were some I already imported because people ordered other pins with them, and so it imported because there was a weight, but it was missing the weight of the thick dino pin. It was just like a whole mess. So I was like trying to deal with all that. That took forever because I already have to split the orders into 3 categories: Canada, US, and international. Canadian orders are not being uploaded to Chit Chats because I'm sending those through Canada Post. But US and international I need to upload here because like when you specify the type of postage you want, it's obviously different if it's US or if it's international and Canadian. So I can't just upload them all together. I have to like sort by type, but then I had to add the weights and I had to do this and that. I don't know, it was a whole thing. But now I have it figured out, and I have the weight value for my thick dino pin fixed going forward, so that's good. Right now I'm just paying for postage for these. I can select up to 100 orders at a time to pay for, so that's what I'm doing. And then once you click buy, it just takes a couple minutes for it to go through each one to pay for it. And then the orders were all uploaded to Chit Chats, all paid for. Then I just have to package them all and put the labels on them. I'm gonna need a system. I think I might actually go through all my orders by type. Like, I think I might fulfill all the Canadian orders first, just so they're off my list in Shopify, and then the list of remaining orders will match my list on Chit Chats. Because then it's just easier so I don't mix up the order of the packages or anything. It's a whole system. When you have this many orders, like, you really need a system. It says I have 350 orders in total. Like, that's nuts. So I just need a system so I can stay efficient with all this. It's 8:30 and I'm just now getting to the point where I can start packaging. Well, first I need to bring over all my enamel pins, sort them into their baskets, and then I can begin. Oh, hi, Kiki. She was in her little kennel. Like, look at it. It's all diagonal. Little Kiki was in there. I think you can actually get label paper for free from a lot of shipping companies. So I'm going to look into that because I was watching a video and a guy said he gets his rolls for free from FedEx. And then I was like, oh yeah, doesn't Canada Post do that too? So next time I'm going to look into getting some free labels instead of buying them off Amazon. Oh, mush. So here's how I have the products organized. It's similar to how I mentioned it in my previous vlog. Like I said, I didn't want drawers because some people mentioned the IKEA drawers, but those are still drawers. They fill the full cube, which is the problem because you have to pull them out before you can reach inside. I want to be able to just reach in and grab without having to open a drawer because so many orders, time is of the essence. I just can't be opening drawers and closing them constantly. This is much more convenient. So there's A grades up top since they're the most abundant, B and C grade down below. C grades are just in little baggies because there are so few of them. And that should be good. It'll get messy once I get more pin designs because just think of it, there are 3 new ones coming And where's all that gonna go? The whole perimeter can be pins. Although the bottom shelves aren't being used right now, so I could do that. I just have to bend down a little more or something. But for 3 designs like this should be perfect. I'm gonna mush in here. What are you doing? It's time for a little time lapse of me packaging stuff. Since I'm doing the Canadian orders first, I'm not going to be using the label printer right away. I'm just going to be handwriting the addresses on the envelopes, but that's okay. I also realized I don't have the stamps for the Canadian orders, but that'll be super easy to run to the post office to get. I'm missing some stuff. I'm missing my return address labels and the thank you cards. I only need the return labels for the Canadian orders because the labels for the other ones already have my return address on them. Okay, I need a place to set completed orders. So I got through the Canadian orders, of which there were 40. Those are all there. And now I'm moving on to US and international, and I'm going to separate them into separate bins. I need bigger bins than these. I have that for USA, that for international. I'm going to grab something bigger another day, but I'm just testing out the label printer tonight. I was going to just do the Canadian orders at first, and I thought, oh, I want to use the printer. So I've been doing some other orders as well. And oh my god, is it ever fast. It took some work figuring out the whole importing thing. I'll definitely be faster at it next time. And oh my god, it's so speedy. Well, let me give you a sample before my vlog camera dies. I do have to jump back and forth between Shopify and Chit Chats, but it's fine. So I can click something on Chit Chats and click print postage, and then I go over to Shopify for that order. I can see, oh, this is a different one. This is international. First I thought I printed wrong. And I just stick it down. And this person ordered an A grade thick dino. So throw that in there. Throw in the thank you card. And boom, oh my god! It's so good. I'm so excited. This is gonna be so fast. I kinda wanna keep going, but it's getting late. It's 10:37, but this is the fastest I've ever fulfilled orders in my life. Ah! And what's great is Chit Chats also automatically sends the person their tracking number, if there is one, as soon as I buy postage. And so that's nice because I don't have to copy and paste the tracking numbers into Shopify. Prints in like 2 seconds or less. One of these, a B grade Kiki and Midna. Bada boom, bada boom. Yes, I'm gonna do a bit more here and then I'm off to bed. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.
I didn't think I was gonna flex that much. Okay. Lower your end, Baylee. Big time.